Mike Gauthier pour FAC 57. On vous parle maintenant de fleShpaiNt. C'est un groupe qui nous arrive de Ottawa. Cette semaine, le premier album a été mis sur le marché. On retrouve dans ce groupe-là Rick Thomas qui fait ses débuts comme chanteur. Il était auparavant guitariste au sein de différents groupes heavy metal. fleShpaiNt fait du pop industriel et Geneviève les a rencontrés.
You guys were in metal bands before, or in hard rock bands before getting into more industrial type music?
I played in metal bands, but I didn't, like, that's the thing. I mean, to me, there's nothing more appealing than playing really heavy on stage. As far as listening to it, no. I never really listened to metal. So a lot of people that would come and see me in the bands that I was in would be really surprised when they'd see my CD collection because there was nothing by any of the bands that we sort of sounded like. I was more or less raised on Kiss, so the real showmanship of a band is really still there with me, and I sort of passed that on to Marty and the rest of the boys. And he's more from a technical background. He's into Pink Floyd and a lot of obscure stuff that wasn't really hip and mainstream, and he brought that out in me, and he made a better player out of me. I think everyone just sort of gelled each other together in their own influences, and it became something that really doesn't, to me, sound like anything that's out there right now. And that makes me really proud to be a part of it. Why don't you give it back to me? Give it back to me without donation. Why don't you give it back to me? Give it back to me without donation. Well, live, I think people tonight are going to notice there's a little slight difference, and that's really what we wanted, because with the album, we really wanted to take advantage of the studio. And the thing is, no matter how much production and vocals and layering of this and that you put on in music, you need a song. And any one of our songs, and you can sit there with an acoustic guitar, and Marty and I can sing and play it for you, and that's important. Everything else is just sort of icing on the cake as far as production. But we really wanted to take advantage of the studio, so that's why the album sounds so slick. Then live, we wanted a little more raw. So you're still going to get, you know, a lot of really cool stuff that's from the album. It'll be more in your face, more raw. Probably not as Beatlesque in the harmonies and everything. That's, you know, that's for radio. If someone hears a song on the radio and they like it, they come see the band. I think they want to get a little bit more from that song. Otherwise, why are they paying $2, $3, $4, $50 to come see you? So we like to put a little bit of a difference in our shows than apart from the album.
Kind of a 9 Inch Nails, like, you know, drive it, modern kind of thing as well. So they have a single called Cigarette Religion. They're starting to do touring. They're going to be playing at Lee's Palace on July 6th. And I think they're really good. They're starting to get lots of attention from the radio stations. That's why I was interested in them. Q107 and the Bear in Ottawa. So I'm thinking, okay, I think these guys have something. And I listened to it, and they're pretty good.
All right now, something from the Ottawa Valley. G'day. G'day, fleShpaiNt singing right. G'day, Cigarette Religion. Okay, that was fleShpaiNt, Cigarette Religion. The album's called Imitate Yourself. Now, we're running short on time. Daytona, I know you want to...
Elle est bien belle, mais moi, ça me laisse fortement indifférent. Et ce n'est pas du tout palmarès en France. Voilà. Ensuite, nous avons ici fleShpaiNt avec Imitate Yourself. C'est sorti au début de l'été. Je fais du rattrapage. Je vous avoue, un disque qui mérite votre attention. Ici, à Musique Plus, on joue Cigarette Religion. Ça joue un petit peu à la radio. Il n'y a pas vraiment grand monde qui en a parlé non plus. C'est un groupe d'Ottawa, mais qui a déménagé à Aylmer. Ils ont compris, demeure au Québec maintenant. Alors, c'est indéniable que c'est inspiré de Nine Inch Nails. Mais c'est loin d'être une copie de Nine Inch Nails. Ils ont leur propre personnalité, leurs propres idées, et ils sont capables de composer de très, très bonnes chansons. Moi, c'est un disque que je vous conseille, l'album Imitate Yourself de fleShpaiNt. On va regarder un extrait de leur titre qui s'appelle Cigarette Religion. La semaine prochaine, une rencontre avec la chanteuse au nom imprononçable, Michelle Ndegeocello. Également, j'aurai une série ultra lounge. Aimez-vous la musique? Bas et aussi le nouveau R.E.M. Rendez-vous la semaine prochaine. Alors, c'était fleShpaiNt, groupe québécois qui demeurait à Ottawa avant. Ils ont réalisé. Il demeure maintenant à Aylmer. Daniel Weaver sera avec...
Yourself, we caught up with him recently in Montreal.
Found it.
It is a state of mind.
Welcome to the Wedge. Today's guest from Ottawa is the band fleShpaiNt. We're going to be getting to them, but right now... Welcome back. We have two of the members, Rick and Marty of the band fleShpaiNt. They have a debut album out. It's called Imitate Yourself. Hey, guys. Hey. Hey, so, holy smokes, hey, like debut album, and you're getting like a ton of radio play in Quebec and Ontario. You're on an independent label, Les Distox from Montreal. How did you get your foot in the door, and how did you create such a buzz?
We still really don't know. What happened really quickly. This was sort of a side project that Marty and I were already in a different band before, with 3 other members, and it was a real collaboration with the songwriting, and it was becoming a little stale. So we decided to do just a side project, to keep our interest in everything.
So you went into it with not a lot of expectations then, hey?
No, it was really, it was supposed to be a joke. We were just doing it for ourselves. And management gave us some recording equipment. They hooked us up with a programmer. Because we wanted, what we were doing before it was more or less just very guitar, bass, drums theory, very, just heavy rock, straightforward. And as I said, we wanted to dabble in something a bit different. He brought in the whole idea of, trying out some industrial things, going a little more... Exactly. Computers and samples.
Yeah, because both of you came from a different background, more of a metal background, and now you're exploring
well, that's what more or less brought us together. Marty's the only person I've met in the last 10 years that much like me, has been into music since we were like little kids. I did my first gig when I was 9. We did a Kiss concert in my backyard, made $8.50.
Oh wow, that's great.
There's 22 people there. Yeah,
that's a great thing.
Yeah, that was my taste.
Interest.
So basically, like, there's a ton of really talented musicians, and it's sort of a toss of the coin who gets the opportunities. But are you saying, like, bottom line, it was your management, like good management, who got your stuff out there?
Yes, because we had more or less almost given up on trying to, establish a deal and do the whole hoopla of, writing songs and making sure they're perfect and then playing them live and then saving the money to demo and then demo and saving the money for a lawyer, blah, 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 to solicit, getting the right people. We just did something on our own. Management hooked us up with a programmer named Jacob Kelly, who within just a couple hours we realized had the same intentions we did, which is really rare these days to find someone that quickly.
We weren't that serious
At all. And they phoned us up a few days after we put it together. They heard one song, and that was it.
Right on. Well, congratulations. That's very lucky. You have a quote inside your sleeve. It says, "The secret of success is to offend the greatest number of people." This is written by George Bernard Shaw. Is there any artist that you admire who is considered offensive?
Well, to us, everything's
Madonna.
You know, I mean, you could go from, say, Marilyn Manson to Tori Amos, and there's a lot of things that are offensive. Marilyn Manson, obviously, on the outside, you know, but Tori Amos in a lot of really obscure ways and sort of subliminal. She's, I think,
challenging.
A lot. Exactly.
Social boundaries and stuff.
I was raised
pushing
on
the
Kiss.
envelope.
Are you trying to do that with your music? Do you think you're offensive?
When we want to be, you know.
If we're not censored. No. In a way, we're not that offensive, but we do have like a sort of tongue-in-cheek humor. And,
we're offensive in a subliminal way, I think. You know, more or less in the live aspect. You know,
that is offensive. Your
is
little cub.
Oh, well, you all take it on.
No. What is that? What is that thing? This is for cubs, right?
It's another thing my manager gave me.
And what's that? What's that badge for?
I honestly, I don't know.
Good eater.
We were doing the video.
Offensive eater. You've got to like wipe the corners of your mouth.
Is that what it
eating.
is?
Cigarette Religion. This is your video song. Cigarette Religion. How do you feel about the new bylaw coming up in January for Ontario? No smoking allowed in restaurants.
Has nothing to do with cigarettes.
Has nothing to do with cigarettes, nothing to do with religion. But while we're on that topic, it's going to empty out the clubs quite a bit, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's going to be impossible to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to find a way to, you know, and it's, I don't know.
There you go. Your opinion on a topical subject that has nothing to do with your video. Here's Cigarette Religion. This is the, where are you going to be playing next?
Oh, we're at Lee's Palace with, no, actually on Saturday with Cast and Self. So that should be amazing.
Cool. fleShpaiNt. Thanks, guys, for coming down.
Thank you.
Right on.
Take care.
excellente photo de Anne-Marie ici. C'est fleShpaiNt, un groupe qui était à Ottawa, mais ils ont décidé de déménager à Aylmer. Je ne sais pas s'il y a moins de bruit dans ce coin-là. Et c'est leur 3e visite à Montréal. 3e, et je reçois Jacob et aussi Rick. Welcome again at the Music Plus. Third performance in Montreal. Et c'est au Festival Polywog qui aura lieu samedi. C'est au parc Jeanne-Mance et c'est gratuit. You'll be on stage at 11:30, I guess.
11:30, that is correct.
In the morning?
In the morning.
That's usually our time we're thinking about.
Are you awake at that time?
Well, we don't know. We got to leave.
You'll still be asleep,
I think we're because we're doing a Moss for 2 nights, tomorrow and the next night, and then as soon as we're done, we get in the van and then immediately get back to drive to Montreal to do the gig.
You will still
I
be on
think
the party.
we're still going to be totally awake, so I guess do the show and then sleep afterwards.
Donc, samedi à 11h30, probablement qu'ils seront encore sur le party parce qu'ils ont 2 spectacles. Après ça, ils embarquent dans leur van et ils s'en viennent tout de suite à Montréal pour le spectacle. Et eux sont sur scène à 11h30 du matin. C'est une bonne façon de se réveiller. Good way to wake up, though, to listen to fleShpaiNt
yeah,
music.
Definitely. Especially if they don't like us.
So most people just are beginning to discover your music. So when were you formed?
Well, I guess we're formed back in November. We're being managed by Icebreaker
95,
Productions. 95, well, just last year, that's right.
You haven't been together for a year yet?
No, not even a year
We
yet.
were all in different bands.
In different bands, and they kind of gelled us together. And I'm from the old hip-hop, techno, rave scene, and these guys are from, you know, the Kiss era, Pink Floyd, so...
You play keyboards?
I play keyboards, programmer, samples, blah, blah, blah.
Totally
Yeah,
different
totally
influences.
different.
I mean,
That's
you know,
good.
if someone
That's
had told
perfect.
me, if someone had told me a year ago, you know, that I'd be playing with a keyboard, especially one that looks like him.
Because you were in metal bands before.
That's a pretty strong, well,
That's what
we played heavy, but it was, I don't know, I
It's
like...
like heavy metal spandex.
I was right, no,
God,
no, no. Just enough to get the girls. But it was...
C'est ça.
It was heavy enough, but it's the very second I became more open-minded, you know, and listened to what management were actually trying to say is, you know, do whatever you want. And that's exactly the whole thing. The last 9 years, all the other bands I was in, it was always you have to compromise and really sort of hold back a bit on what you want to do. I'd always sit in the corner and go, well, if I was a singer, I'd sing it differently. If I was the drummer, I'd play it differently. So,
Let me translate here. Rick était dans un groupe qui faisait quand même pas mal de bruit, pas heavy metal, mais à peu près. Puis d'habitude, il écoutait pas mal les compagnies de disques, etc. Mais là, maintenant, avec Tox, ils font vraiment ce qu'ils veulent. Et Jacob est claviériste, et lui était dans de la musique techno carrément, du rave. Et en fait, ils ont vraiment des idées musicales assez différentes. You intended to release only singles and rave music at the beginning?
It's like to be an underground project, actually, on 12
It's a side
inch,
project.
you know. Yeah.
Okay.
because Marty and I were already playing guitar in another band, which we thought was going to do something.
But it's this band that made it.
Yeah, well, that's the whole thing. This is the first time in our lives we just didn't give, you know what, about anything. Yeah, sure. We can.
Okay.
Can we say that around here?
Yeah, no problem here.
Give a shit.
You're in
And,
Quebec.
right on.
Okay.
But yeah, the very second we realized that we could do whatever we wanted and just be totally open-minded, and you know, if we wanted to write something with a bunch of piano and then mix in a bunch of heavy guitars with hip-hop beats, we just wanted to write totally different music than what we were used to playing.
Okay, donc, ils ont écrit de la musique très différente de ce qu'ils étaient habitués d'entendre d'habitude ou de faire, ce qui donne un résultat assez original. And also, it's noisy music, you know, it's industrial, sort of, with a big pop side. Melodies are very important, you know. It's,
really what this is, I mean, I guess you know, there's a lot of industrial aspects coming at us and everything else. The way I view industrial, because I never really ever listened to it, Marty actually sort of brought that into the fold a little bit. He wanted to dabble and things like that. But what was important to us is to have songs, I mean, these songs are written, you know, with an acoustic guitar. Then you take all the industrial stuff and it's like ear candy.
Okay.
You know, I mean, if you take away all the layers of all the machinery and everything, we can sit down, we can do an acoustic set right now of all these songs.
Donc les chansons sont vraiment construites parce que le côté mélodique de fleShpaiNt est quand même très présent, c'est de la musique industrielle, mais tout est composé avec une guitare acoustique. Il dit si tu enlèves tous les gadgets électroniques, etc., ça donne une tonne acoustique. On va regarder Cigarette Religion, c'est leur premier clip. Le deuxième, d'ailleurs, devrait s'en venir à peu près dans un mois et on revient pour conclure l'entrevue. En spectacle samedi qui s'en vient au parc Jeanne-Mance, 11h30, ben, ça commence le festival Polywog à 11h le matin, ça se termine très tard, il y a plusieurs groupes et c'est gratuit. Et how do you produce this on stage?
Well, No computers are being used.
Really?
No, all being triggered with pedals.
great.
Yeah, and keyboards. And it took me actually 2 weeks just to get the show down pat on keyboards. We had to split the keyboards in 5 different sections on each keyboard. And then I send a click track to Kevin, our drummer. So he follows me and I follow him. So
I think it's worth the price of admission just to come and see Jay pull off what he does. He uses his feet. He plays bare feet, but he's got like all these keyboards, and it's unbelievable what he pulls off.
And I got to stop putting my weight on the keyboard because last week at a show my keyboard stand just fell and I was playing, you know, slanted the whole show.
But it was cool though. You have to improvise. You know?
OK, alors comment reproduire cet album sur scène? Parce que ça sonne quand même assez machine, mais ce n'est pas du tout machine sur scène. Ce sont de vrais instruments. Et Jacob a dû faire travailler avec ses claviers. Apparemment, il y a un mur de clavier alentour de lui. Donc, ratez pas le concert. Le prochain single, ça va être She's My Brother. Encore une fois, un concept de Rick. Et c'est... and September 9th is the release for the single. Will we have the video at the same time?
Should be, yeah.
Donc,
we're doing that in a couple of weeks, actually.
Donc, on devrait l'avoir à peu près dans le même temps. Well, have fun Saturday and don't sleep.
Thank you.
And on behalf of fleShpaiNt, we'd like to give you this memento. It's a fleShpaiNt T-shirt.
Okay.
And
excellent.
My mom's a porno queen.
My mom's a porno queen. Ma mère. Maman va être fière de moi. Parfait. Excellent. Merci beaucoup. Thanks.
Thank you, Claude.
Okay.
Ta soif pas ordinaire.
Mike Gauthier pour Fac 57. En fin de semaine, samedi, il y avait un événement intéressant pour les artisans du nouveau rock québécois, je l'ai bien dit. C'était le festival Polywog à l'extérieur, un événement présenté au parc Jeanne-Mance. Ça a duré 12 heures, ça a commencé à 11 heures le matin, ça s'est terminé à 23 heures. Ça a bien été un gros succès et Geneviève Borne était sur place.
Where did you arrive from this morning?
We played, yes, in Amos. We played 2 nights there. Last night we left around 3:30 in the morning. We got here at 10.
We left at 3:30 in the morning.
Sorry, see,
so this is like our third set.
It's like a third set.
Yeah, they wanted to do 2 sets, and then we had to come here and do another one. And as soon as we got here, we had to set up and do the gig. So.
It's odd to play in the daytime.
Too odd. This is too early for me.
Le cap des 100 000 exemplaires vendus au Québec, moins d'1 an après sa sortie. C'était en novembre de l'an dernier. 100 000 exemplaires, disque platine. Félicitations pour les gars de Noir Silence. On vous offre maintenant un reportage sur fleShpaiNt, groupe de Ottawa qui, la semaine dernière, a participé à l'événement Polywog. On les connaît à cause de Cigarette Religion et Geneviève les a rencontrés.
But are you starting to be familiar with the Montreal scene?
Oh, we love Montreal.
Oh, yeah.
This is the attitude. The attitude is so cool. Everybody's so cool. Ottawa's like so bureaucratic. There's a lot of red tape.
Can we say this? Anal retentive?
But it is a great city, and we're proud of it because without Ottawa, I don't think we'd be standing here right now. You know,
sucking up, man.
But I think the thing is, it doesn't really matter where you're from. You know, like we were in a bus last night. I mean, with Montreal, it's like, you know, at least half and half. When I'm talking in English, people are understanding me more or less around here. But in Amos last night, I could have told them to go and just go to hell, and they had no idea what I was talking about.
We use, no computers are being used. We trigger everything with pedals. We also split the keyboards in sections, so in one section you have strings, other section you have bass, you have piano on another section, sorry. And I just use program changes. So everything is controlled by a human being, basically. No machines.
Isn't that interesting?
Interesting.
I bet you didn't know that. She's My Brother is being released September 9th. We have to do a video for that next couple of weeks. Then they're sending us out west. And then we have to go back and do some remixes because we're about to sign an American label, which I can't tell you who right now. But it's very,
happy about that.
It's big. It's bigger than that cloud. I feel bad for this band. It's gonna rain, but no, it's very big. We have to go back, probably going to Warren Heights maybe, probably September, October, and do some remixes.
Vidéo Plus est une présentation de la presse.
Vidéo Plus se poursuit avec deux membres de fleShpaiNt qui viennent nous présenter le nouveau clip pour la chanson She's My Brother, Rick, Marty.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Montreal. So, alors, qu'est-ce qui s'est passé avec eux depuis le lancement de l'album l'été dernier? What has happened to you since the release of the album?
A lot of fatigue, a lot of work, and non-stop.
A lot of shows?
Few
Well, we
here and there.
wish there was more.
We're kind of lazy.
Oh.
Kind of lazy. We kind of like to just stick around home and just do nothing. But
August was a hard month for a lot of bands on the road. So, I don't know. I think the thing is kids are...
Go back to school.
The club owners were telling management that, you know, once the kids come back to school and everything in September and October, it'll be a little bit easier.
They don't plan anything in August.
Well, I mean, you know, it's great to tour and everything, but when it's not feasible and it's costing you money, you know what I mean? Like it's, because we have quite the production when we do our shows.
Okay.
So, you know, it costs a bit, and we wanted
So
to...
they want to make sure that there'll be people in their place.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
When you
so
show up.
October, November, December is just going to be nonstop.
we're going to get to tour in the snow, and we're going to be stuck with that, you know?
Alors, beaucoup de tournées pour eux autres, octobre, novembre, décembre. Au mois d'août, plutôt difficile de présenter des spectacles parce que les propriétaires de clubs se disent, bon, c'est la rentrée des classes bientôt, on va attendre que les kids retournent à l'école et après ça, ils pourront se présenter à nos spectacles. Ils sont ici pour nous parler du clip de She's My Brother, the second video for you, shot in Montreal.
Yeah.
Tourné à Montréal, anything. Where was it shot?
In La Ronde.
À La Ronde.
Yeah, this is a abandoned aquarium.
And
And
closed down for about 7 or 8 years.
So it kind of smells like fish in there, and it was hard.
After 7 years?
After 7 years, you know, you could just imagine the stench.
So fish that have been there for 7 years, which I guess is a little bit worse.
So we were fishies for a day, so they shoved us in the tank and filmed us, you know.
25 hours straight.
Alors, ça a été tourné dans l'aquarium qu'on retrouvait à la Ronde. Ça fait 7 ans qu'il n'y avait pas eu, qu'il n'y avait plus de poissons cependant qui étaient gardés là. How did the shoot? Anything funny happen during the shooting?
Well, the director got a nervous breakdown.
Le réalisateur fait une dépression.
We improvised a lot, you know. I mean, with Jay, our keyboardist, he said this keyboard isn't working too well, so we threw him and his keyboard into the water, and they filmed it. So hopefully, we haven't seen the video yet, so hopefully that scene is in there.
We haven't seen it yet.
No. We were kind of half asleep while we were filming it too, so.
And we had to be surrounded by, you know, like about 15 really good-looking girls for about 20 hours.
That was really hard.
hard job.
That was really hard.
So, but no, it was cool. Very different. A lot more fun.
How did you feel when you are behind a glass like this?
We feel like fishes.
It was bad, very hot in there. They had to lower us in through a hole in the ceiling and everything. And
the ventilation was really bad, but I mean, hey man.
We just wish that the public could actually see what goes into making a video, because you know, people see us trying to be relaxed and everything. There's about 50 people working on the scenes, and you know, something that's just 3 minutes long, it takes you 26 hours.
They work their butts off. So you kind of like appreciate their work, and we're kind of lucky. We're the musicians. We're the ones behind it, you know, in front of the camera.
26 heures de travail, l'équipe de 50 personnes, ça travaillait fort. Ça a été tourné dans les anciens aquariums de la Ronde et ont eu beaucoup de plaisir. Fait chaud cependant, ventilation laissait à désirer un peu. So when can we expect to see you playing Montreal in the province of Quebec?
Montreal, this end of this month. That's what we're looking forward to. Whether we're with someone else or here ourselves, there's quite a demand in Quebec. We did actually a lot of little towns up past Quebec City and everything else in the northern part of Quebec, just to, you know, give those people a bit of a taste first. We know Montreal wants it, and that's cool, but we want just to build and build and build, you know. Hopefully the second video will get more of an audience out there, you know, because it's a different song, The Cigarette Religion, so.
Alors le voici, ce nouveau clip de fleShpaiNt, She's My Brother.
She's a velvet, she's an Elva, she's in Vaseline. She's a bella, she's a diva, she's the better plan. She's each other, she's my brother, don't you understand? She's a hero on a hidden page. She's a flavor off the floor. She's addiction, she's restriction, and she's not afraid anymore. She's a spirit, she's a saga, she's a shining star. She's a question, she's an answer, she's how you are. She's a favor, she's a statement, she's a contraband. She's each other, she's my brother, yes you understand. Yes you understand. Yes you understand. Sing a song for the modern man, and I don't need a clue if you don't give a damn. Sing a song for the modern man, and I can't wake you up if you don't give a damn. Separate the standards, and what comes after is in perfect harmony with the equal and its sequel. Yeah, she's changing history. Changing history.
What can I tell you about fleShpaiNt? Well, first of all, they're an industrial pop band. Just picture 9 Inch Nails meets Duran Duran. And originally, they were conceived as a side project because two guys got tired of doing the heavy metal thing. So what they did is they hooked up with another guy who was more into the techno thing, and shortly after that, they played their first gig in front of 3,500 people. This was New Year's Eve, '96 to be exact. And for the show, they were joined by another guy and a girl. And voila, that's how it all happened. Beautiful story, huh? Here's fleShpaiNt to tell you more.
We did the album with computers and stuff like that, but we still kept a sense of melody and a sense of, you know, writing a good song instead of just working with machines. Right. You know, we wanted to write a good song, then work with machines and let the production do, you know, its magic. You know? The first gig was in front of, what was it? How many people?
A couple of thousand.
A couple of thousand,
if not more, you know.
Around between 5,000 to 10,000
Congress
people.
Center, man.
You know, it was a New Year's
well.
bash.
Yeah.
You know, that's
pretty interesting.
She's a spirit, she's a psychic, she's a shining star. She's a question, she's an answer, she's not who you are. She's a favorite, she's a statement, she's a contraband. She's each other, she's my brother, yes, you understand.
Going against the grain, that's the only formula that our musical guests fleShpaiNt follow. For this Ottawa-based industrial pop combination, it's a formula that seems to work. The band members have combined their varied musical backgrounds, heavy rock, a dose of industrial, some seriously catchy pop hooks with synthesizers thrown into the mix. fleShpaiNt recently signed an international deal with US-based Enclave, first Ottawa, now the world. Our musical guests today, fleShpaiNt.
She's a zero, she's a hero for a packaged life. She's a season, she's a change. She's a fusion, she's confusion, and we're black and white. She's a candle, she's a flame. She's a Mona, she's a Lisa, she's Picasso's dream. She's a velvet, she's an Elvis, she's in Vaseline. She's a Bella, she's a diva, she's the better plan. She's each other, she's my brother, don't you understand? Don't you understand? Don't you understand? Sing a song for the modern man, and I don't need a clue if you don't give a damn. Sing a song for the modern man, and I can't wake you up if you don't give a damn. She's a zero, she's a hero on a hidden page. She's a flavor off the floor. She's a fiction, she's restriction, and she's not afraid anymore. She's a spirit, she's a psychic, she's a shining star. She's a question, she's an answer, she's not who you are. She's a favorite, she's a statement, she's a contraband. She's each other, she's my brother, yes you understand. Yes you understand. Yes you understand. Sing a song for the modern man, and I don't need a clue if you don't give a damn. Sing a song for the modern man, and I can't wake you up if you don't give a damn. Separate the standards, and what comes after is in perfect harmony with the equal and its equal. Yeah, she's changing history. Changing history. Changing history. Sing a song for the modern man, and I don't need a clue if you don't give a damn. Sing a song for the modern man, and I can't wake you up if you don't give a damn. If you don't give a damn. If you don't give a damn. If you don't give a damn.
Catch fleShpaiNt at the Cave tomorrow night. For more information, call 777-3222.
Later on Nightline, endless choices for entertainment this weekend, and Kathy goes backstage with fleShpaiNt. Weather and sports are coming up next.
Closed captioning of...
Well, in just a moment, we'll have your entertainment calendar, and Kathy Donovan goes backstage with fleShpaiNt.
don't need a clue, if you don't give a damn. Sing a song for the modern man, and I can't wake you up if you don't give a.
Buy low, sell.
Ottawa's fleShpaiNt has found a musical formula that works well for them. It involves going against the grain. In just a year and a half, the pop industrial quartet has done what many others only wish for.
Ottawa's fleShpaiNt is no longer a well-kept secret.
She's a season, she's a change.
The band has been together about a year. This spring, US-based Enclave, the same label that signed Guns N' Roses and Enya, signed fleShpaiNt. It's the payoff for the band's management, Jeff Liberty and Martin LeClaire of Sour Music.
Did we settle on an idea for the pass?
Yeah, I got this here. It's this girl on the top here.
Sour is a launching pad for a lot of our acts. We want to bring them to the next level. Always keeping Canada to ourselves and trying to sign the bands off internationally, like we did with fleShpaiNt.
fleShpaiNt was our first act that we signed. And our whole purpose when we did this signing was to launch fleShpaiNt in Canada, show the rest of the world that we had a product that was that had worldwide appeal, and that we weren't afraid to market it in Canada on our own before we had anybody else interested. And I guess our work ethic basically interested the US, and they got on board with us and basically signed the band internationally.
She's a shining star. She's a question, she's an answer, she's how you are.
They're a real hard-working band, and we felt that the music they were creating was something completely different. There was nothing like it in Canada, and they just have their own niche, and we just went off our gut feeling.
Chaos, powerful.
I bring a lot of the electronic enhancements to the music.
What I do is just basically add, if you notice, like flangers. About a year and a half ago, Marty and I were in another rock band in Ottawa, which we'll rename nameless for now. And we were just sort of bored with what we were doing at the time. We were just, two guitar players in a heavy rock band. And our management company, Icebreaker, suggested, maybe doing something on the side to make up for extra time. And, we decided to do something a little bit different than what was really sort of the Canadian sound that was happening at that point. So I decided to try singing, and Marty and I both tried songwriting, and our management hooked us up with Jacob Kelly, who's a keyboardist, sampler guy.
Jacob arrived from another planet?
That's correct. From Mars, actually.
How do you guys all get along?
Oh, like brothers, like a family. These are my 5 brothers.
Four.
I was never good in math.
I think the thing that really sort of got things going quickly was the fact that the Americans took such a big interest in it right away, because a lot of Canadian bands, they have to strive for 5 or 6 years, and we got our American deal within a year. I think the fact that we weren't trying to sound Canadian or anything like that, we were just doing what we thought was pretty cool, and we'll see what happens.
What's happening for fleShpaiNt is a date with Moist in Montreal in July, a fall tour, and a showcase with other Sour Music artists on Friday night at the Cave on Bank Street.
It's going to explode soon, and now that the US and the rest of the world have taken interest, we know that we were on the right track in the first place.
Kathy Donovan, CJOH News.
Don't let this happen to you.
Hi, welcome to Rapid Facts this hour. An Ottawa band, fleShpaiNt, may be on the verge of something really big. They've just signed a deal with the Enclave label, headed up by a guy named Tom Zutat. Now, this is the guy who discovered Veruca Salt and Guns N' Roses. Take a look.
We've been together for a year and a half, and we've been wanting this American deal for, I guess, a year and a half, and finally we got it through Richard Williams, Sponge Bath Records, and he got us a deal with Tom Zutat, which is the head of the Enclave, and they have faith in us, and they're putting a lot of time and effort into us, and I think the Americans will bring us over top. It's just a matter of time before fleShpaiNt explodes in the world.
Le Beat Molson Dry présente Fax 57, la nouvelle au rythme de la planète.
Mike Gauthier pour Fax 57. La formation fleShpaiNt a participé à Rock sans frontières ce week-end à Montréal. Le groupe vient de décrocher un contrat de disque avec la division américaine de l'Empire EMI. Patrick Marcellet les a rencontrés et a discuté, entre autres, de l'évolution du groupe depuis la parution de leur chanson Cigarette Religion.
You just signed a deal, I think, with EMI in the United States. Is that it? What happened exactly, and what kind of deal is this?
Well, it's your average deal. I mean, well, average deal. I wouldn't say that, but it's basically to get our product outside of Canada, because right now we have Tox and Select and Sour here in Canada that take care of us, but now for the rest of the world, we just signed with the Enclave EMI, which is through an affiliate through SpongeBath. So we're really excited. We got to wait till October, till the first release of the single, and they're expecting a early '98 release for the album.
Okay.
So
in Canada. In the States, if the single does really well in October, then we'll see the album out, which is most likely going to be called Glow in the Dark Babies. It'll probably be out in the States and everything in probably December. So
we'll find like 7 tracks from our first album on that new album, but there's going to be 6 new tracks. It's really cool. Before we signed with Tox, especially before all of this in Canada happened, we were demoing some stuff and we were, working really hard. And technically, Cigarette Religion was like written 2 years ago. And now people are still, think it's a really wicked song, but that was written 2 years ago. So if it's still fresh today, it's going to still be fresh in the next 10 years. So we think it's really cool. So that's the type of music that we want to write, And as far as the deal goes, it's just basically the fruits of our, of our work, And we're not surprised that we landed a deal. We just knew that the songs had potential, and there you go. Ba-ding, ba-dang.
we write songs for the radio and songs for kids to play our guitar to, and that's what I did when I was a kid, and same thing with him. So
I was combing my hair when
Were you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a bit too much actually.
Sing a song for the modern man, and I can't wake you up if you don't give a damn.
Hello, we're here live at Distortion Studio, and I'm talking with the band members of fleShpaiNt. Over here on the far. And what do you play in the band?
I'm the drummer.
Are you?
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. How are you, Jay? You're the programmer?
Yeah, I'm a keyboard player, programmer / basically ear candy kind of guy, Just had the little trinkets on top of guitars and bass and stuff.
Excellent. And Rick, you're the singer?
Yes, actually I play everything. I just let them. No, I'm the singer, guitar player / person that stands at the front of the stage. So, yeah.
And how do you guys come up with a conception for your songs?
Well, it varies quite a bit. Jay, why don't you...
It's a melting pot. It's what we, I guess, grew up with. We're not from the same background, and I think that's what we don't really search for a specific sound. It just happens, you know.
So Kevin, what does fleShpaiNt mean to you?
What does fleShpaiNt mean to me? A lot of rehearsing, a lot of pain and agony, because these guys are just totally mental. All of them. And this guy is the best. Look at this. Brothers. No. Anyway, it's been great. It's been great, you know. A year and a half, so much has developed in a year and a half. It's insane. The American record deal and all this stuff. Yeah, well, no, but we will be soon. We will be eating. Well, I hope.
We just want to get on the road and stay on the road because I think that's the meat and potatoes of promoting a record, just getting out there and get people to know you and just get people behind, you know, make people dig us, man.
Now, what about your Ottawa?
Ottawa's cool. Ottawa's already cool. I mean, people already dig the tunes that we do. They've seen the videos, and I think they really dig the band a lot and get a lot of support from our people up here. So I just, hopefully, you know, if everything bombs, at least we have Ottawa, you know what I mean? Cool.
So why don't you guys tell me one at a time what you guys want out of fleShpaiNt? Out of the music business in general?
Out of the business? Just to one day control the business. It's world domination, man. It's war. That's what it is. Everybody wants to be bald, man.
The Scarface thing ain't happening, brother.
It's also doing something you like, right? So that's why we're in it, I think. And just the glory that goes with it. But, and the reason why musicians at a high stature get paid so much is not for the conveniences, but the inconveniences. Yeah, it's cool.
You've probably heard the question a million times, but where do you get your influence from? Or your...
Well, I mean, a lot of the times it's you know, it's the same cliche about, you know, you're writing from experiences, and then sometimes, like a song like Medusa, I'll just pick something that I've never really gone through, like having, you know, alcoholic mother that's abusive, and just trying to get into the mind of someone that, you know, like a different person I've never been. So it's sort of, you know, just like a dreamscape type of thing, just put it down and make it rhyme. But a lot of the times I'll just write down words, and there's really no meaning up until like 2 or 3 days later when I read back to it and just like, wow, this actually makes sense. So that's cool.
Were you writing before you were ever in a band?
No, that's really what fleShpaiNt was sort of, you know, an escape from all the other bands that we were all in. It was supposed to be just a side project for all of us to do different things. We had, you know, I was never a singer before, never a songwriter, and Marty and I were always, you know, just guitar players in other bands together, and we never really had the creative freedom that we wanted, and that's really what fleShpaiNt is, you know. And after we got Jay together and grabbed Kevin out of what he was doing. I mean, Kevin was already doing something pretty that he liked, and I remember going to his house and playing him, I think, 2 demo songs, and Kevin just said, this is what I've been waiting for all my life to play, so that really clicked. So it's cool. I mean, we've been really lucky the last year and a half. It's come together pretty quick. So.
She's a zero, she's a hero for a package life. She's a season, she's a change. She's a fusion, she's confusion, and we're black and white. She's a candle, she's a flame. She's a Mona, she's a Lisa, she's Picasso's dream. She's a velvet, she's an Elvis, she's in Vaseline. She's a Bella, she's a diva, she's the better plan. She's each other, she's my brother, don't you understand? Don't you understand? Don't you understand? Sing a song for the modern man, and I don't need a clue if you don't give a damn. Sing a song for the modern man, and I can't wake you up if you don't give a damn. She's a zero, she's a hero on a hidden page. She's a flavor off the floor. She's a fiction, she's restriction, and she's not afraid anymore. She's a spirit. shining star. She's a question, she's an answer, she's not who you are. She's a favorite, she's a statement, she's a contraband. She's each other, she's my brother, yes you understand. Yes you understand. Sing a song for the modern man, and I don't need a clue if you don't give a damn. Sing a song for the modern man, and I can't wake you up if you don't give a damn. Separate the standards and what comes after is in perfect harmony with the equal and its sequel. Yeah, she's changing history.
This is Barney the cat. This is the actual cat who sat on Alanis's lap.
That's the one.
Cool
That's
cat, man.
Barney's,
That's
the
Barney.
studio cat.
He can actually open the door to the studio too, man. We put him on the
great.
dishwasher, he just turns the knob and he comes in, man. Swear to God.
She's a spirit, she's a saga, she's a shining star. She's a question, she's an answer, she's not who you are. She's a favorite, she's a statement, she's a contraband. She's each other, she's my brother, yes you understand. Yes you understand. Yes you understand. Sing a song.
Here we are with the band members of fleShpaiNt. I guess the first question I should ask everyone is, are we excited about the American release of your new album?
Yeah, I'm everyone. So, no, what was really exciting was to work with Matt Mahaffey himself. He produced 5 tracks for the new record. Matt Mahaffey, dude! And he was really talented. He brought a lot of cool ideas to the songs. So that's really cool.
And was that what you did in Nashville?
No, we mixed in Nashville. We mixed on the Oxford Sony board, which is, there's only 2 boards like that in the world.
entire planet.
And this was actually the first project they actually worked on. It was with fleShpaiNt. And it was, I think it was specially designed just for this band because there's a lot of changes in tempos and changes in, you know, soundscapes, so we really need a board like that. So it was so nice of the Enclave paying for everything. Thank you.
So when does your American album come out?
Early next year. Early next year, yeah. So between the release and now, we're gonna be probably touring, promoting, and
Releasing the first single in October and doing a video for it and everything.
So rumor has it that Pat is the 3rd bassist you've had for the band.
Oh my God.
How did she know that? That's correct, Amber.
I'll tell you why. Pat is like when we talk about personality, I mean, that's one thing that clicks a lot in this band, and it has to click because, you know, we did a lot of shows together. We've been cooped up in small places, small environments, so we need that sort of stability.
Hotel rooms.
Crowded ones too.
Yes.
And so we needed somebody that we could get along with, and the other two the other two bathrooms.
They're bath players.
No, it's more or less personality-wise. I mean,
It has nothing to do with his amazing stage presence.
Absolutely not.
Where did you hear that?
That's a lot.
Have you ever been to a fleShpaiNt show? And we did the 5 new songs at Distortion Studios in Ottawa, which was kind of weird doing something in town, because every time we record, it's always outside of town, whether it's, you know, in Montreal or outside Montreal or something. And that was pretty interesting. We were just afraid there'd be a lot of distractions.
And there
was actually, but it got to the point where we more or less had to have a couple of snipers on the roof and, you know, bodyguards and everything else to keep all this hordes of management. We've got 74 managers, and you know, see, that's why we have absolutely no money whatsoever, because they all get 85% each. And hi, we're here with fleShpaiNt's manager, Jeff Liberty. And Jeff, what's it like working with such an amazing band such as fleShpaiNt?
It's like working in a daycare center. It's a lot of hard work. It's babysitting 24 hours a day, taking care of 5 different people's schedules, attitudes, egos.
And what's it like getting phone calls in the middle of the night from various members of fleShpaiNt about, you know, missing checks, lost limbs, tour buses that don't work? What's that like? What's it like traveling with fleShpaiNt to Nashville?
I can't express it in words, really. I mean, it's something else.
So you'd say it's quite an experience to see fleShpaiNt live? What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Come see it for yourself.
Well, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be at the next show.
We also want to approach video making the same way we approach of making music, which is just you know, going against the grain and you know, break some new ground. So that would be another challenge for us as far as our careers.
So do you feel that the American market is going to be your road to success?
I think it is, just because the Americans seem to be more open to the style of music we're doing, and especially the European market, I think. And once you hit American, it's very easy to cross over to the Canadian market.
Cool. We're not about that, you know. We're actually clean-cut guys, you know.
We all smell.
Yeah.
Thank you.
They sing about guys in dresses. So
we sing about guys in dresses.
Well, we're singing about basically what's going on today, because I mean, all this phobia of drag queens or homophobia or whatever. I mean, we're just gonna have to face the facts that, you know, they're part of society, and if you can't laugh at them, I mean, you laugh with them, and it's just,
which we do. I mean,
no, but I mean, it's not to stab at anybody. It's just, it's part of reality now. It's part of living in the 90s and going in the next millennium, and that crime is really getting close.
The cool thing is about, you know, Icebreaker Productions, as far as management, is that they're music fans, which is kind of hard to find, because a lot of managers are about 40 years old and wear like business suits and don't know anything about what the kids of today want. And these guys, you know, they're really, I would call them pretty hip. You know, it's hip to be square.
So what's the business aspect of fleShpaiNt like?
The business. It's exactly what it is. It's business. I mean, because within the music business, you have music and business, and the music is always sort of, well, it's always fun, because, you know, you're getting paid to do something that, or most of the time, you're getting paid to do something that you enjoy. But the business part is just, this is like the most stressful, unbelievably, you know, what's the word I'm looking for?
Sometimes it drains the fun out of the music.
Kevin, how does it feel to hear one of your songs on the radio?
Feels great. We've been playing in different bands and stuff, and recording like demos and stuff, and every now and then, you know, you'd hear your song on like a local lick or something like that, you know, and it's like, it's pretty exciting like that. But when it's constant you know, 2-3 times a day in different radio stations and stuff. It's pretty bizarre, man. It's pretty cool. And we just want to hear it more and more, that's all.
Is it hard to wait?
Yeah, it's very hard to wait. You know, I mean, you've been working on this for like, in the studio we were working like almost like 22 hours a day. So you get attached to these songs and you want people to hear it.
We did the album with computers and stuff like that, but we still kept a sense of melody and a sense of, you know, writing a good song instead of just working with machines. Right. You know, we wanted to write a good song, then work with machines and let the production do, you know, its magic. You know? The first gig was in front of, what was it? How many people?
A couple
of thousand,
if not more, you know.
Around between 5,000 to 10,000 people.
Center, man.
You know, it was a New Year's bash.
Yeah.
You know, that's a
Pretty interesting.
Your hesitation is my castration when you dream about the 2000 man. Lips of this pleasure can bring us together and give us what we don't understand. The infection to your complexion is not what it used to be. Not explaining why she's so degrading. Yeah, it makes me feel almost complete. I complain, I refrain, I clean up the stains that are hard to see. It feels like I'm inside out. It feels like the hand of God.
fleShpaiNt. On the flip side, it's helping their music.
Closed captioning.
Blues rocker Steve Earle at the Congress Center January 28th. There's still a few tickets available for Tim McGraw with the Mavericks and Charlie Major at the Corral Center February 11th. And for Bryan Adams' Corral Center date February 12th. Here's some best bets for this weekend. Here's Kathy Donovan.
Saskatoon's Wide Mouth Mason is back in town. The band's debut CD, released last year, is high on radio charts across the country. Wide Mouth Mason plays 2 nights at Barrymore's with the Matthew Good Band. There are still tickets available for Friday's show. Renowned tenor saxophone player Billy Robinson now calls Ottawa home. Billy played with the...
Ottawa's techno rock band fleShpaiNt is shopping again. Last year, a promising record deal went sour and sent the band back to the drawing board. Frontline's Kathy Donovan has the latest chapter in the fleShpaiNt story.
It's been quite a roller coaster ride. We got an American deal, and our company dissolved in the States, the Enclave, and we decided to move on. So now we've been shopping the record to all the people that were interested, at the same time as the Enclave, and we're trying to find a home.
The band has become philosophical about their setback.
Makes for great new songs, you know, because as far as lyrics are concerned, I mean, we try to write from a lot of personal experiences. Sometimes we'll tackle fictional things, but most of the time it's more or less like a personal type of thing. And when there's really nothing going on, I mean, it would be very stagnant, and I'd be sort of just like pretending to write things that are happening. So this actually, it brings a bit of anger.
Months of work culminated in a recent Barrymore's showcase for fans and record label reps. The band is searching for a new distribution deal for their debut CD.
I think it's a really strong album, and we might do small things like remix some of the record and obviously master it, but I think it's a really strong record and it really deserves to be heard.
fleShpaiNt's sound falls somewhere between dance and industrial. It's tough to peg their music. That's how they like it.
I don't know, I've got a real biased opinion because I just think the sound of this record is a little ahead of its time. Because the guys create their own sounds, you know? And they spend so much time in just coming up with their own ideas. So, you know, it's not like it's ever really been done before. I mean, you can hear influences of, and it's like this big melting pot, but I still think it sounds like fleShpaiNt.
Next month, fleShpaiNt heads south for a showcase concert in Nashville. More record reps, more media, hopefully more opportunity. Kathy Donovan, CJOH News.
Gord Wilson here at Sterling Ford. You know,